Welcome sports fans, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host Joe Mar.
I'm Rush.
And this is Decide That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting and riveting sports topics, discussions and debates on the whole internet.
Yes people, so Jamaica played their final World Cup qualifier game against Honduras at the National Stadium on Wednesday. And we're going to be, giving our official review of the game. We started the game a little bit now. I think our heads are clear and we can talk about it properly.
Yeah.
We didn't want to rush and give a reaction and say things that way, in the heat at the moment. So let's talk about it, bro. Jamaica 2, Honduras 1. It was a win. Were you impressed by the result or the performance?
Well, to dissect that question, I was impressed with the result. It's the first time managing to get 3 points in months. So that's something to smile about. It feels good to see my country win a football game. It felt good. The performance, however, still leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
I think we still have a far way to go to get to where we want to be. What do you think?
I wasn't really impressed with the performance per se, but I was happy for the win. The result didn't flatter me either. It was a 2-1. Could have been more, should have been more. But I feel like Jamaica could have played better. What I'm really happy for though about this game was that Paul Hall got the win.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to see more from Paul Hall. He's saying a lot of the right things. And obviously when new managers and coaches come in, they are going to say the things that they are supposed to say.
Mm-hmm.
But Paul is kind of showing us. He's not only telling us, but he's showing us. So he told that he wants to play some football, put the ball on the ground and play through our pacey wingers and get shots off and be more direct. I will see, he's doing it. So what that game really did, and even this window, it just got me a little bit more intrigued.
2 games at the National Stadium.
Yeah.
Not in this window.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit more intrigued to see what more Paul Hall has to offer the program and Jamaican football overall. You see me?
Well, if I'm being honest, the way we played against El Salvador was way better than how we played against Honduras. And El Salvador is on paper a better team than Honduras.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure why it was that we weren't able to put on a similar performance, but it could be contributed to a lot of factors. Some of the guys were just coming in from Canada in minus degrees Celsius temperatures. That could be why we didn't look as decisive on the field or as sharp as we'd like. Richard King again did not have a strong game.
Yeah.
He made a few mistakes, his passing wasn't as sharp and he did look tired. So as I said, that can be attributed to them coming from Canada.
It's a new system and the guys are building something. So consistency will be a problem. It will be kind of difficult to, have consistent performances over 3 games, over an 11-day period or a 10-day period. That will be hard. But summer is coming up. Domestic football will be done. Mm-hmm. I am hoping that Jamaica will have a camp. And so Paul, this issue of consistency and just not being consistency through games, yes, but even specifically a match. We're not seeing consistency through the match. Yeah. We'll have a 10 or 15 period. 15-minute period where we look good, then we will give them the ball for the next 10 minutes and then we're up against it, they get a couple shots off, they get a penalty, they score, and then we're back in the game at the first part of the second half. And so we need to develop consistency through matches, yes, but even through specific match. Through a game.
The period of a game.
Yeah, through a game we need to
90 minutes of
be consistent through the games.
Yeah, and a camp is not unprecedented. Before the Gold Cup, we saw where the guys camped in for Lauderdale. Mm-hmm. And it didn't reap the results that it should have because we weren't playing the kind of football that we needed to have been playing. Mm-hmm. However, I think if Paul is given that same opportunity, given the same chance to get a 2-week camp to do things the way how he wants to do it, I do think that we'll have a better show in Nations League. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm really excited for the Nations League. We have no World Cup to look forward to. And we'll talk about the World Cup a little later and why we think Jamaica. It would be a fun campaign if we were there. We'll talk about it, so look out for those videos. But let's do some player ratings. Let's talk about our man of the match and player ratings. So let's start with the goalkeeper.
Alright, Andre Blake. conceded a goal, but it was a penalty. He didn't make many steps wrong. You know, I thought he made some good passes at times. You know, I thought he made good decisions, and he didn't put very many steps wrong. He even made a good attempt on the penalty. So this game, especially in a win, I had to Andre Blake a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. Standard, not standard, but a 7 for Andre Blake. I was really impressed with.
And he made a good save.
Yeah, I was really impressed with his footwork. He wasn't dwelling on the ball like some of the other games. And also, we were there, and you guys probably see it in the vlog. They were working on passing. You know, to warm up, Andre Blake was by himself doing passing drills. You know, quick turn, 1-2 touches, get the ball out your feet quick and fast. So yeah, I feel like Andre Blake is improving, and this is what we want to see. Because Andre Blake is the best Jamaican goalkeeper, so we're not even going to waste our breath trying to say that, oh, we need better. Yeah. This is the best that we have, let's improve on what we have. So I agree with you, a 7. Let's start with the left back, Greg Lee.
Greg Lee. You know, I thought Greg Lee was okay defensively. Going forward, he made, you know, a bit of bad touches, and he made some bad passes again. I really do think, as a defender, you know, with his power and pace, I do think Greg Lee is a good left back. You know, I also think his power and pace provides us with an element going forward. However, I think his technical ability leaves a lot to be desired. I really do think so. Like, technically, I think it gets better than Greg Lee. I do think Amarabel is more technically sound than Greg Lee from the little I saw. And I'm sure Kemar Lawrence is technically better than Greg Lee.
Yeah.
You know, but Greg Lee an okay performance. What would you give him?
I'd give Greg Lee a 6. Just a pass. I feel an okay performance. The thing that I like about Greg Lee is he's quick. He's good in recovery.
Yeah.
So even if his position is off, he'll recover and he will help out the centre backs and stuff like that. But going forward, his crossing is not very good. Linking up with the players in the attacking third is not very good.
Yeah, because his first touch is not very good. Right. You know, it doesn't provide him with the amount of space that he needs to do certain stuff. But
still a good player. I'll not call for his head or say he should be out of a program or anything.
No, he definitely should be in the
something that we can build on again. So I'd give him a 6. What say you? A 6? Let's do our left-sided centre back. So let's go across the back 3. Who was it? Damian Lowe. Damian Lowe. I feel like he had a good game. I'd give Damian Lowe a 7. Yeah, not a clean sheet, not a flawless performance, but a steady performance. So I'd give him a 7.
I would go ahead and give Damian Lowe a 7. One thing I like about Damian Lowe that some other people might say it's rash, but I like his aggression. Because more often than not, when he comes high into the field and make those aggressive tackles, he often wins them. You know? One thing I don't like from Damian Lowe is when he goes up, he has a tendency to put his hands out. You know, if Damian Lowe adjusts that, I think he'd be an even better defender than he is. But he did not have a bad game, standard game. 7 out of 10 for Damian Lowe.
Alright, let's go Jamal Tope. I haven't seen him in a Jamaica shirt for a while. He played the whole 90. And I'll give him a 6, something to improve. And I don't think he was quite as good as Damian Lowe. Even though everybody in the back 3 put some steps wrong, but Damian Lowe was the best. So I'll give him one grade below a 6 for Jamal Tope.
Yeah, I'll give Jamal Tope a 6.5. You know, I think he started out well, you know, and he was making very good decisive passes into the midfield that was cutting the Honduras midfield wide open. So I was impressed with what I saw from Jamal Tope. I still think there's a lot to be desired from him as it relates to his defending, because he was being turned a lot. And you know, his judgment, being 6'5" has to be better in the air. You know, he cannot be missing headers. He cannot be being out jumped by other players. Right, so that's where I kind of would grade him down for it, but an okay performance.
Yeah,
6.5.
and I like the confidence from him, but and to this point I'll make also for Richard King, so I'll have him in this. Yes, you're confident, but you have to make smarter decisions with your confidence. So we saw at a point in the game where Jamal Tope stepped up into the midfield. He lost the tackle. He won the tackle. The ball ricocheted off his foot and led to an attack. Instead, you were saying pull him down, take that yellow card, and not cause us to be under pressure. Similar to Richard King, stepped up into the midfield. We won a free kick. He was one of the last men back. I think he was the last man. He lost the ball, resulted in a corner. trying to not make somebody or salad somebody, as you say.
Yeah.
Lost the ball, resulted in the corner. We conceded a goal. So, yes, they are young, and it will come with experience also, and you know, they are going to get better. But these are the little things that, you know, a forward can afford to have a lapse in concentration. A defender can't, especially in certain positions. So, I agree with you on Jamal Ethiopia. Richard King also gets a 6 for me.
Yeah, I give Richard King a 6. I thought out of the 3 central defenders, Richard King was the worst today. You know, not a bad game. He did make 2 very good blocks. He made some very good tackles, and he still looked composed and calm. You know, sometimes a bit too calm. You know, that might have caused some problems, but I like the confidence that he has as a young centre back, and he will only get better.
Yeah.
But I think out of this game, wiping the Canada game clean, I think out of the 3 games at National Stadium that he played, this one was his worst.
All right, let's go to right back. Mariappa playing starting at right wing back for the first time in his career. For me, I give Mariappa a 7 too. I feel like he was one of the surer heads in the defense. He was communicating a lot. In fact, going forward, he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad at all, and he didn't look out of place. I'm sure Javin Bro would have gave us a little bit more energy, but I think he was smart with his pen. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I have to give Mariappa a 7.5. I think Mariappa was our best defender today, and as such, I'll have to give him the highest rating out of the whole defense line. He did well going back, and he did well going forward. You know, he won a free kick that resulted in one of the goals. He was overall just, you know, a menace, and he's not the fastest. And we saw where his speed kind of resulted in a bit of problems sometimes going forward. However, he was very solid, and I was impressed with how he played. The reason I'm not giving him an 8 was because the penalty resulted from a Mariappa handball. Yeah, the ball was squared over, and he was jumping, and the ball hit his hand. I have to mark him down for that. But besides that, very impressed with Mariappa right wing back. Very impressed.
And see, you see that some of these guys are really professional now, because Mariappa scored an own goal last game, conceded a penalty early in this game. So you caused us 2 goals, but at the end of the day, you still held up your head and you finished the game well.
Yeah.
You know, so real professional and a leader. These are the moments that, you know, you prove that you're a leader. Let's go with also big shout out to Mariappa, the most capped English born player. So.
Yeah. I really don't like that achievement.
Yeah, it's not a great achievement.
I think that achievement splits us. You know, he's a Jamaican legend who has played 62 games for the country. Dan Burton is a Jamaican legend who's played 61. And that's just how I see it, right? But it's an achievement nonetheless, so big ups to Maps.
Agreed. Let's go into the midfield. Man will pile off man face, Devon Speedy Williams. Whole pile boy.
A better performance than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
I have to give Devon Williams a 6.5. You know, I wouldn't necessarily give him a 7. Like, I still think Devon Williams has a tendency to go laterally with his passing more often than he should be. I still think he has a tendency to make back passes when he doesn't need to. I still think he needs to scan and survey his options on the field more often. Was it Devon Williams who had the true pass to play to Lemar Walker? That played
I think it was.
It was a clear true pass.
Oh yeah, and he forced it to Liam Bailey on the other side.
On goal, and I'm like, Devon Williams, he doesn't scan. You know, and he misses a lot of opportunities because of this. And his first touch, I think, I'm not saying the ball will bounce off him, but I don't think his first touch is putting the ball where the ball needs to go. And then that brings us to that moment of brilliance when his first touch did put the ball exactly where you wanted it to go. Right over a player's head. You know, it was good. I thought it created some space, but please note, it was back in the direction of Andre Blake.
Yeah. I give him a 6. Just a pass again. I remember we were playing the worst team in the final round. So again, I have to watch how I am grading these players.
Yeah.
Because of the difficulty of the test. So I give him a 6. Better performance. So it'd probably be weird that I'm giving him a 6, but again, I feel like Speedy is not sure in his performance all the time and in his touches. You know, he'll give you a good touch now, and then alright, this is more of what I want, Speedy, and then he turns back the ball. You know, so a 6 for me. Ravel Morrison.
Ravel Morrison. Man of the match performance today by Ravel Morrison. I have to give him an 8.5. very good performance, you know. As I said, I'm not necessarily
Grab that goal.
I'm not necessarily impressed with how Jamaica played as a whole. I still think we can do much better, but I do think Ravel was a shiny spot in today's game. You know, I love Ravel Morrison playing the Andrea Pirlo deep role, but then again, sometimes it seems more of a box to box. You know, Ravel is playing that box to box type of where he's on or D, and then he's on the opponent.
Late into the box, yeah.
Yeah, it very good all around. He works hard, he makes tackles, you know, he's communicating and he's orchestrating everything on the field with his feet and his passes. And he scored a goal to note. So Ravel Morrison an 8.5, man of the match performance for me.
I agree, man of the match. I'll give Ravel Morrison an 8. An 8, I feel like he was very good. He was the best Jamaican player on the field. Grabbed that goal, you know, he's been trying to get that goal all window. You know, he hit the post in the first game. So yeah, Ravel Morrison, another one that we should keep in the program and build on this. I want to see us building on this. So I'll give him an 8. Sure performance. Let's go with the attacking 3 now. On the left side, Daniel Green started. And I must say, I want to see more. I want to see more and I want to see better. I feel like we have better in our pool.
We do have better.
So I think it will get better, but Daniel Green is a good youngster coming up. But I think he's being rushed. I don't think he is quite ready for the spot that he's been trusted in to start 3 World Cup qualifying games for Jamaica. I'm not saying that he shouldn't play because we want to see the youngsters play. And I saw spots, he was here and there, he was hit and miss in a lot of the games. So he'll give you a good performance, he'll give you a good touch now again, just like Speedy. And then the other touch will bounce off him foot or bounce up in the air. So a good player, solid player, but I want to see more and I want to see better. So Daniel Green gets say a 5.5.
I would not go as close to 5 as you are. I give Daniel Green a 4.
Ooh.
A 4 first performance. I just thought there was no spark at all. There is nothing positive to note from the game. Daniel Green, he took 1 shot.
2 shots.
What was the second?
The one I'm kicked to the keeper.
Yeah,
and one he was running on the left side and he kicked that shot. In the first half, he had 2 shots him get, man.
Which shot in the first half?
Well, he run down upon the player and kick the ball and keep on again.
I only one remember when Liam Bailey.
Remember that too, but I tell him they have a next one. Yeah.
Other sense. Well, I can really note 1 shot that he took where Liam Bailey played a great pass into him and he kicked right to the keeper. But beside that, he kept losing the ball on his runs. You know, he wasn't making great passes. His first touch left a lot to be desired, and I just thought he did not have a very good game. So I have to give Daniel Green a 4 for his performance, unfortunately.
All right, Leon Bailey on the other side.
Leon Bailey. All right, this is now. I thought Leon Bailey was good for a lot of the game, and I thought he went silent for other bits of the game. You know, I don't think Leon Bailey was as consistent in this game as he was in the first game. Give Leon Bailey a 7.5 because he was making things happen and his deliveries were on point. You know, and his deliveries led to 2 goals. 2 Leon Bailey, the first free kick that led to the penalty, and the second corner kick I think it was that led to Ravel Morrison's goal. Not to mention quite a few runs that Leon Bailey made, resulting in easy finishes for other players. So Leon Bailey, in fact, 7.5. I'll give 7.5 because Leon Bailey did disappear in certain points of the game. And what we need is for him to stay consistent throughout the whole game. However, when Leon Bailey was on, man, he was on. And he managed to grab a goal. You know, so 7.5 solid game from Leon Bailey. Yeah. And you know, he played a full 90 just under 7 days before. So you can say that he's not in necessary top condition because he's been injured for a while. So that's why he probably tapered off at the end of this game. So that's fine or whatever. Love what I'm seeing from Leon Bailey. Love his leadership, love his authority, love the way he looks on the field, man. He just looks a cut above everybody else. So Leon Bailey is proving that he's one of the best players in CONCACAF now. Yeah, I agree. Leon Bailey gets a 7.5 from me also. And you know, it's so weird because Daniel Green puts that easy chance away and you're saying Leon Bailey, splendid game. You know, and it just looks better on paper. So, but I give him a 7.5 just the same. And the thing that I was looking out for from this game where Leon Bailey is concerned is, are you going to give us the same tactical performance that you gave us against El Salvador? Are you going to still be dropping deep and into the midfield and having that free roll? Are you going to?
Yes, he did. He answered that, and I guess this is what we're going to be seeing from Leon Bailey going forward.
Yep.
We asked the question and we got the answer.
As I said, there comes a point in every star's life where he takes that role up. You know, we saw Messi do it, and we see Christian Pulisic do it. You know, and we're seeing Leon Bailey do it. So I'm very excited for what the future has for Leon Bailey.
There we go. The final play in the starting 11, Andre Gray.
Andre Gray. Alright, Andre Gray was better in the first game.
Yeah.
I have to give Andre Gray a 6. You know, I really thought Andre Gray he was a big part in many of the build-up play, but his touches in front of goal, man, it cost us some goals that he should have converted. I'm even tempted to give him a 5.5, to be honest. But I'll end on a 6. I thought, okay, you know, he helped out of the build-up play, and he did enough for me to barely give him a passing, man. But Andre Gray left a lot to be desired, and I truly can't wait to see how this team looks with Shamar Nicholson back in the number.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Antonio.
All right, so for me, he gets what do you give him, a 5.5?
6.
Oh, I give him a 6. We need a faster forward. We need a more clinical striker right now. Good player, but Craig Butler said something in a live that we did go check that out, people. Going forward, there's not much more to get from Andre Gray.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the one to take us forward, but in the moment, he's giving us some decent performances. I know we couldn't have had our best strikers. He was there to put in some short performances. So decent game, could have been better. I give him a 6. Let's start with the subs. Tariq Zimenez.
Alright, Zimenez came on with about 20 minutes to go, and he played an okay game. I guess I'll have to give him a 6, you know, nothing to note. He didn't make as many mistakes as he did in the Canada game. So it's a 6, you know, nothing special. I can't note anything special that he did on the field to warrant more than a 6, but I don't remember him doing anything abysmal to warrant him getting any less than a 6.
I agree. Average performance. It was okay. It was decent. So I'll also give him a 6. Not much to say. It wasn't on the pitch for very long. So yeah, 6. Lamar Walker.
Alright, he came on and he showed intention. You know, I really don't understand why is Daniel Green starting over Lamar, because I think it's clear that Walker is better than he is. I think it's clear. I know they always say you never know what you have until it's gone. Like, now looking back at Lamar Walker's performances, especially as compared to Daniel Green's performances, you see
why he's the one getting the game.
However, when you have the likes of Jamal Lowe and Bobby Reed, those guys should be the one getting the game over both Green and Lamar Walker.
Yeah.
But I don't think Lamar Walker came on and did enough for me to give him anything more than a 6 again. You know, but he showed intention. You know, I thought Devon Williams killed him at one time. He should have gotten a true pass. I think it might have resulted in something. But he wasn't bad, he wasn't good.
Yeah. I agree. I'll give him a 6. Just the same. I agree with every single thing that you said a while ago. And Lamar Walker. Let's go. Alex Marshall came on in the 82nd minute. Not a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't think
much.
Yeah, I don't think Bygrave and Marshall did enough for us to give them any ratings.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they had enough time for us to make any comments on their ratings, their player ratings and performances.
Let's grade the coach for the game.
Paul Hall. All right. I guess getting a win.
Much needed win.
Yeah. The result that garners him some points. I still have an issue with Green in the starting lineup. I'm not understanding that, right? And some of the substitutions, you know, I don't. What can I say?
We didn't have much better on the bench.
Everybody
was at the same level.
I'm looking at the depth now. We didn't have much depth. So who he brought on was who he had to bring on. Wanted to see Christopher Pearson, but I have to give Paul Hall a 7 simply for the fact that he gets his first win. So congratulations, coach. We hope for many, many more to come.
Yeah, I agree. 7 for Paul Hall. It wasn't a great game. It wasn't flawless, but at the same time, it wasn't a poor game. We got the win. I saw intention. I saw a style of play. I saw what he's trying to build. And I'm excited for it. Again, I'm intrigued. So Paul Hall gets a 7. But let's round this one up. This is our official match review. As I said, we sat with the game for a while and we thought about it. So yeah, I feel like overall it was a 7 performance from Jamaica. A little bit above average. I maybe just average given
I think overall it's a 6.5 performance.
Yeah, given the difficulty of the test.
Yeah.
So That's it, people. Let us know in the comment section. What do you think about the game? Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know that.
Before we go, I have to give them the math.
Do it now.
People, real quick, if each one of you guys can get us 5 subscribers, do you know how many subscribers that will garner us by the end of the day? But with that said, this was Decide That Sports TV.
We're out.